There's something heartwarming about seeing a father with his son. This is a happy story that almost didn't happen, except for God's intervention and a willing church. 8-year-old Michael isn't an orphan in the strictest form of the word. His biological parents are still living, but he is a social orphan, born to a young girl who couldn't raise him and ostracized by her family because he's biracial. Michael had been in several homes before he came to live with Brenda and Jesus Carrillo at age 5.
Kinda broke my heart when I see him so little, so skinny.
Michael still remembers some of the things that his great-grandmother told him, that he couldn't be a part of their family because he was Black.
It was Michael's biological mom who initiated the search for a new home.
She was on the internet and she found our church, said the people at Bennett Chapel Baptist Church and Bishop Martin was in the adoption.
Bennett Chapel is a little church of 200 people in Possum Trot, Texas, a town you won't find on any map. But in 2006, the church made national news when families adopted more than 70 foster children from all over Texas. Bishop Martin wrote a book appropriately titled, Small Town, Big Miracle.
I thank God for Bennett Chapel Church, not just those who have adopted, but I thank God for the church as a whole. They're taking everybody to get involved, to be a part of this.
When CBN's Orphan's Promise heard about the adoptions, we got involved too, providing food, computers, and sponsoring an after-school tutoring program that continues today. Now, more than a decade later, the adopted children have grown into teens. They are athletes, honor roll students, young people with hopes and dreams.
I want to succeed in the music industry, writing music.
A teacher or a cosmetologist.
They grow up to be an anesthesiologist.
I'm going to college in Marshall, Texas.
The journey hasn't been easy. Many of the children came from abusive situations that are too private to describe. One mom's story is especially heartbreaking. Children adopted at just 2.5 brought with them sexual behaviors. Bishop Martin says the state sent some of the toughest cases to Possum Trot.
When the state was interviewed, they even admitted that they put the worst that they had with us.
Today, in a program sponsored by Orphan's Promise, Bishop Martin calls on experts to offer straightforward advice on relevant topics like anger management, sexuality, and self-esteem.
It blesses my life to see how many of the young people are growing and how they are doing and trying to do something worthwhile with their own life.
The adoption message that Bishop Martin began preaching from his pulpit 12 years ago actually started in the brokenness of his wife's heart. Mourning the loss of her mother, one day in 1997, Donna Martin had a tough conversation with God.
I said, today is the day. You either heal me or let me die. And literally, I thought that I was going to die. And I just felt this overwhelming spirit to say, okay, think about those that did not have what you had. Give back, foster and adopt.
Donna knew immediately what God wanted her to do. Give to other children the most precious thing she had experienced, a mother's love.
My mother was mom of the community. She was mom of our friends, our neighbors, even friends of friends that you didn't even know. If you came into my mother's space, she mothered you.
Donna is one of 18 children, and one of her sisters is Brenda.
We came from a 4-room house, no bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, because it was 6 of us to a bed. It would be 3 at the head and 3 at the feet. We was happy because we didn't know anything else. We didn't know how to be selfish, ungrateful, because what we had, you know, it was real, it was genuine. I want to give Michael the love my mother gave me.
The Carrillos remember it was tough when Michael first came to their home. Because he had been a family cast-off, He had developed a fierce, independent spirit in order to survive.
We would try to discipline Michael. He packed up his clothes himself, went out in the yard, and I went to the porch and I said, Michael, where are you going? I'm leaving. I mean, this didn't happen one time, it happened time after time. He was trying to leave and he went out there and stood by the tree. My husband said, you gonna come back in? You can come on in. So he finally eased on back in. He did. And we said, we love you, Michael. You don't have to go anywhere, but you got to obey. We're your parents now.
This happy family has been together nearly 3 years. It all happened because one woman obeyed the call of God. A church family responded in love. And 12 years later, through news on the internet, Michael became Bennett Chapel's 73rd adoption. Now that's a God story.
When I heard him telling me, Daddy, I love you, the best thing.
He didn't know anything about crawling up in mother's arms and telling me it's gonna be okay until he met us. He said, Mama, I didn't have nobody to love. Nobody tucked him in at night. Nobody said the Lord prayers with him. Nobody kissed him, and now Michael has all that.